Why, hello there. I assume you're all here for a new outfit that I have been teasing for the past week or so. Took a little bit, but I have managed to change into everything. So I guess we'll just do this the traditional way. I'll just slowly bring myself down and reveal it little by little, starting with those be feet and some open-toed sandals. It's a classic beachwear, right? Sand's gonna get everywhere, and it's gonna be really annoying if it gets into your shoes, so might as well have some footwear that can easily shake it out, you know? And makes rinsing off pretty easy too. You might see, yes, they happen to be very much the gladiator style of sandals. But yeah, you know, they can be a little bit cumbersome to try to wear in real life, but you know what? As an anime character, as art, right? A model, I think it'll be fine. You know, I think it looks great. It's pretty nice. You might see I have also kind of ditched the socks for the beach as well, because you know, once again, we're talking about sand. That'll get in everywhere, get into everything. Although I have seen some other swimsuit outfits that kind of include it, but you know, I imagine those are probably not intending to hop into the water. So yeah, just letting it all out. Well, I guess it is safe for a thigh strap, huh? But what is thigh straps anyway? I see it on a lot of swimsuit outfits and a number of non-swimsuit outfits too. I figured I'd just follow the trends here. Maybe if I need to store something, perhaps it'll be nice. Uh-oh. Got ourselves like a proper outfit piece. Oh, look at that. Yes, I am wearing a skirt. Yes, this outfit has a new kind of skirt, right? Nice little wrap for the beach, right? Something to maybe cover yourself up a little bit. I don't know. I imagine probably especially important for guys because, well, yeah. And you know, they're flowy, they're breezy. I think they look pretty nice, right? You can see on my wrist too, right? The little teaser I had there, little deck of cards that I'm keeping with me because, you know, I gotta be ready no matter what, you know? Stuff could happen at any time, and you just gotta be ready for that, right? Oh, yeah. I've also got midriff, that's right. You're seeing a little tummy here. I think some people call it like boy tummy. But, you know, again, where we're talking about some fun in the sun, might as well dress a little light, right? Something that you can easily wash yourself off. Now, here is the top. Look at that. It's a nice little frilly number here, you know? Nice and swingy, right? The kind of thing that probably looks great if you put it in motion a little bit, right? Look at how kind of sways a little bit there, you know? I got some armbands here too, right? I think they look pretty good too, you know? It's like glove. It's like socks, right? Socks for your arms in a way, or maybe like wrist cuffs, but for your upper arm. You can see it's also held up by straps, right? Fortunately, I'm not quite brave enough to do a strapless top. Maybe in the future, who knows? But we'll go with this for now. Something going on there, but yeah, this is me. Hey, look, it's me. It's my head. It's my face. yes, I have swapped out my hat for a nice little hibiscus flower too, right? I think it's fitting for summer, you know, fitting for a summer outfit, right? Looks nice and tropical and everything. Yeah, there you go. My summer outfit. This is a swimsuit, right? A swimsuit outfit, you know, something that I can go have some fun at the beach, or maybe do a little coastal questing should the time call for it. Do have some other toggles here too, right? Can see here. Wrong one. I have blank eyes, right? All my expressions still work, but you know, I can throw up my cards here just like my original outfit, and you can see they have a different card back, right? Nice little tropical card back. No. If anyone's played Solitaire, anyone played like the really old Solitaire game on Windows? This was kind of inspired by that. I figured it would be like a little fun thing to have, right? Every outfit would probably have like a different card back. That would be thematically appropriate. But I can also do this now. That's right, I can hold up another card with my other hand, right? Just in case I maybe just need to toss something out quick, or just want to, I don't know, go, hey, I got an offer here, right? Something you can't refuse. Wanna take me up on this, you know? I got one more thing to show off. That's right. I got a cover up too, right? Because sometimes you need to go inland, right? You need to maybe head up to the city streets for one reason or another. Maybe you want to like perhaps cover yourself up a little bit before you hit up the shops and stuff. You know, maybe someone like me who perhaps doesn't have that much courage yet. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, that's my outfit. It's my swimsuit. It's all yeah, hoped it would be. It certainly is for me, you know. Certainly everything I hoped for it to be, you know, when I put together the ideas and you know, commissioned the folks for it, and it came out great. And it wouldn't be possible without these fine folks, right? Same model artist and rigger who worked on my original model, right? Ichu, who is in the chat now, so hello there. You did the art, drew everything, and Zero Live 2D worked on the rigging. In fact, they were kind of helping me out with some stuff like up to the last minute and everything. So you know, I greatly appreciate them for that, and certainly knocked it out of the park for this one. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's it. It's right there, the outfit reveal, right? And scene. Yeah, so there you go. Holds up a card with 10 on. Looks like I got some approval. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's everything I have planned, actually. Yeah, I wanted to do like something a bit more elaborate, but I couldn't quite get it to a level I was satisfied with. So I figured, you know what? Maybe I'll just do like a more traditional outfit reveal, right? The style of outfit reveal that you see the other VTubers do. I don't know. I could probably maybe reuse those ideas for like a future outfit reveal if I do one, you know. I definitely want to do more outfits in the future, right? I want to do some more in addition to my swimsuit. Honestly, it's like part of the fun of being a VTuber, right? Just getting all sorts of like cool, fantastical outfits, right? That maybe your real life self may not be able to, or maybe for one reason or another, right? So how's everyone doing? How's everyone been doing today? How's your week been so far? My week's actually been pretty chill. Hello, birthday boy. Ah, yes. Thank you. It is my birthday too. It's a birthday stream. I had to admit, apart from the new outfit, I really didn't have much else planned, right? I'm gonna play like a game as usual, but it's gonna be Forza Horizon 4, you know, just some good old gaming stuff. But, yeah. On a maybe unrelated note, did you know that August 5th was also the release date for the very first Magic the Gathering set, right? Alpha. That's what they called it. I like the kinds of meaningful birthdays too, you know. That's why it's August 5th. My week's been okay so far. Been busy? Been busy. Alright. Is it like a good kind of busy, or is it like just a very I'm just gonna try to get through it kind of busy? Can be fun, like when you're kind of working up towards doing a fun event, but when you're kind of just like, you know, doing your work and trying to get through it, then yeah, it's like just business as usual, just a lot more packed, right? Yeah, my week's actually been pretty relaxing. I guess since it's like summer, people at the guild have been taking breaks, you know. Work's been a little light. Imagine when fall hits, right, and things kind of, people return, things get back into high gear, maybe we'll see things get a little busier, yeah. Overloaded with work and getting more groundwork done for my headquarters. Okay. Yeah. Man, that's the thing about work, right? It's always feels like it can get in the way of stuff you want to actually do, you know? How many times have you seen on social media people who talking about like, man, I wanna really jump into this VTubing thing a lot more, but I gotta also like go to work and get paid so I can continue funding my VTubing and, you know, pay rent and get food and what have you, you know. And I guess I'm just fortunate that my guild pays pretty well, you know. I can actually still put a fair amount of funds to my hobbies while also, you know, paying for rent, food, etc., etc. I guess I'm also lucky I didn't have any surprise expenses pop up, you know. I didn't have to repair anything or anything like that. Need that lottery win so I can chill. Yeah, you see that pop up a lot, huh? We're just like, man, if I just like, I wish I could just get like $1 million, you know, just like a ton of currency, so I can just get everything I've ever wanted to do done. And I understand that feel, you know. It would be great. It would be great to just feel like you finally kind of get to overcome that limiter, right? Finally get to just go loose with what you want to do. I get it. Even when you consider the whole practicality and reality of it, still, you know, the fantasy of just like suddenly coming into a large lump sum of money is, it would be nice, you know. It would be nice. I find myself thinking about that every now and then too, you know. It was like out of the blue, you know, someone just goes, hey, you got yourself like a super cool, well-paying position with all the benefits and that you could ever want, and yeah, we're just opening it up for you. Like, oh, that would be amazing. Only. comms out the wazoo. Oh, that would be part of it for sure. That would be a part of it for sure. I would certainly just like hit up Skeb, hit up VGen, coffee, right? Just go everywhere and pick up everything I've ever wanted. Although to be fair, I think if I wanted at least more emotes, I would probably have to. That might take a bit of external work. That's probably the kind of thing that money can't exactly buy, right? Because emote slots are determined by like how many people are sub to you simultaneously. We're not quite there yet, but hey, we'll get there, right? It's not a matter of luck; it's a matter of time. Just have to keep at it, right? Eventually come. That's another thing I'm hoping I'll get soon, right? I just need to like find someone. Just find someone to maybe commission a few emotes, right? With the summer outfit, right? I have like ideas like what kind of emotes I want, so it's just a matter of just reaching out to someone, going, hey, could you draw some emotes for me, right? Keep a large chunk for fursuit. There you go. Knowing how much fursuits can be, you certainly need a very large chunk for that. I guess that would be the other thing, wouldn't it, right? If I did come across a lump sum of money, I feel like the responsible thing to do would probably be to put like a good amount of it into an account, right? Just stick it in an account somewhere and kind of live off the interest, right? Save it for a rainy day, maybe. The last thing I would want to do is just like go buck wild and just like make a bunch of frivolous purchases, I'm not gonna go out there and just suddenly, I don't know, buy like wall-to-wall candy machines for my place or something like that, Sure, it would make for a great article, but yeah, I'm not sure if it would make for a great anything else, really, right? Like, don't get me wrong, it would be fine to indulge yourself, it's good to set limits, right? Knowing me, I'd be hoarding project cars. Ah, that's a pretty good one, too, and very, very in tune with ya. Well, you talk about project cars, because we're gonna play Forza Horizon 4 in a little bit here. I think I played Fortune Island a little bit when it first came out, whenever in the late 2010s, but never actually finished it. And I'm hoping I can rectify it this time. In fact, you see, all this week, the games I'm playing are all very nautical themed, right? Fortune Island tonight, and then we're playing SteamWorld Heist 2, which is very much like a seafaring heist adventure with robots, and then Sunday is Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver, right? We're going to dive into seas to get some fish and see some wacky fun times, right? Love the Aurora Borealis in Fortune Island. Ooh, yeah. It's pretty nice. I have seen pictures of that, and it does look gorgeous, man. Maybe that should be like a bucket list item, huh? Just to go see an Aurora Borealis in real life. If I remember correctly, wasn't that a part of a bit with steamed hams too, right? That one Simpsons short with what's his name? It was Skinner and the other guy, right? Where the ham was all ruined, so he had to run over to the nearby fast food restaurant and get burgers, and the other guy kept poking holes in the argument, and then the kitchen was on fire, and then he was like, oh, that's just an Aurora Borealis. It's like, what, an Aurora Borealis here in this kitchen, right? And there was a long line of that too. Yep, steamed hams, right? Now, I've never seen a steamed ham that has grill marks on it. Burger. I could go for a burger right now. I wonder if there's any places nearby that are doing pineapple burgers. Right? Give me a Hawaiian burger. enjoy those. It's either pineapple, or maybe I could try to find one that has like avocado. Avocado and burger is surprisingly potent combo too. Skinner! Yeah. Now, funny thing is about steamed hams is that I actually fell down a little rabbit hole with that. I was watching just like people remixing that in a variety of ways, like someone was doing like, oh, Feel Good Incorporated, but it's steamed hams, or like what was it? One song that's like, do you have the time to listen to me whine? But instead they just kind of like do it with the dialogue from steamed hams, right? It's crazy when you think about it, right? Just like how much effort has to go into actually making those sound coherent and still sound good, right? Even for something that's just like a silly tier of post. They put some effort into it, right? You gotta cut it and tune it and time it and stretch it and compress it and kind of manipulate it every other way to make sure it still sounds good in the end, you know? Now we see an ad break is starting. Well, it's only for 90 seconds. I feel like was it that one scene from Lucky Star, right? When Tsukasa puts the conch shell to her head, and she's just like floating in the water, just has that sort of blank happy expression on her face, and she's like, I don't have anything funny to say right now. And then the little sequence ends. She takes the conch shell off her ear, and it turns out there was like something crawling in it, and she freaks out and runs to her sister. Yeah, Lucky Star. I remember the show was everywhere back in the day, but too many folks talk about it. Yeah, just talk about it in sort of a passing sense, like, oh yeah, remember Lucky Star? Remember how big it used to be? It kind of like the same way, right? It was like top tier, right? Real good stuff back in the day, but I don't know if I could go back and watch it. Or rewatch it, I guess. So you know where that explosion is from that you see in all the memes and try not to laugh? I'm not familiar with that. I think I've seen that before. I've seen a number of try not to laugh challenges. Sorry, anytime I think of explosion, I just think of Mega Man, right? She's known for some big explosions. In fact, that's kind of her big shtick, right? The one that looks like a nuke going off. You mean like when someone just like says a random remark and then like a random explosion happens? It's like just like really crunchy too. Just sounds like got compressed like one too many times. At the same level as like the laser, right? Just I'm gonna charge my laser, blah. You know, just randomly shows up and fires a laser. I admit, younger me did find that real funny because it was random. You know, it's just like this random thing that happens. It just kind of derails an entire scene. You know. I wonder if it's like the internet equivalent of "get on with it," right? That was like an old running gag. I think it was like Monty Python, right? When a scene would go too long, right? People would be like, "Get on with it," and they would usually do something that would kind of move things along, right? Just breaks the fourth wall, but let's just get on to the next skit. That and the end credits from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I have not watched Curb Your Enthusiasm. Makes those end credits so memorable. I missed the To Be Continued from JoJo, right? And you also have, was it Roundabout by Yes playing, right? But when you hear that riff, right, the da 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 da, right? Everything goes sepia. You see the arrow is like pointing to the left, like To Be Continued. Like, oh snap! Yeah, that's a funny thing to have too. The one I see also here and there is like the "We'll be right back," right? where it kind of like comes down and then you see it like come down like vertically. "We'll be right back." Where's that one from? Was that the Enthusiasm? Oh no. Oh, okay. This is from the Eric Andre show? Huh. But yeah, it just like, just suddenly just freezes all of a sudden. It says, "We'll be right back." Right, like how the syndicated TV shows will just like cut to a commercial. And especially in like the super syndicated versions, right? Not like the prime times, but when you get to like the secondary channels that re-air the shows, then they'll just like cut off at random points to show the commercials because, you know, they gotta get their funding somewhere, I suppose. You've seen that one. I've seen it a few times too. I consider that making that a channel point redeem. We'll be right back. I don't want to overload my channel with like too many redeems, but on the other hand, I want to have like some fun moments of interaction too, right? Yeah, nothing that like maybe takes over the screen for an extra long time, but it's like a little graphic that pops up, you know, in the corner or something. It's real quick, right? Does its thing and gets back out. The more you know. Oh yeah. Funny thing is, I remember seeing that on TV, right? When they were making an honest effort to do like PSAs and stuff, and you always got to see that at the end. So whoever animated that must have been like really happy that it managed to live on for such a long time. Something about that shooting star and the little riff too that plays during that just sets the mood and everything, right? I think the best part is when you do it for like the parody advice, right? Or, you know, something that's just like maybe not something you would tell on prime time, right? Like I'm trying to think of something. I could have me working on a PC with technical difficulties when I have scuff. Ah! Me just like looking at a broken computer while pouring through a manual going, okay, so how do I fix this, right? Just looking at something that's like perhaps beyond repair, right? Maybe it looks like it's been burnt a little bit, right? In several pieces. Like, oopsie doodle, I ran into a little fucky wucky. I'll be right back while I try to get things all fixed up. There was another stream I was on, or maybe it's like a few streams I was on, where they have the one scene from SpongeBob where Patrick is just like, we have the technology, and then he just goes and smashes a computer on the desk. Yeah, with the anime crossed veins. Yep. It's amazing how that's managed to last through the ages, you know. I remember seeing that super old animes and everything. Oh, hey, the Azure Guardian. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, I'm Azure Gale. I'm a resident cross-dressing card mage and wandering wielder of wind. I like indie games. I like tabletop-ish games. I like racing games, and I also like swimsuit outfits, and that's why I'm wearing one right now. We just had a reveal of my new swimsuit outfit. But yeah, how are you? How are you doing? How's your stream? Let me give you a shout out here real quick. Who are you? Ah, the Legend of Dragoon. Hello, 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 hello. Thanks again for the raid. Oh man, Legend of Dragoon. That's a classic. That's a PlayStation game, right? Yeah. One of those games that these days people kind of look back and go, you know, this game had some pretty interesting ideas and certainly had room to grow. Bit of a shame that they weren't able to get any new games in the series, yeah. So as we can look back at it and at least check out a piece of history, right? Doing all right. Stream was good. Oh, that's good to hear. PS1, yeah, it's my first time playing. Ooh, nice. Got to experience it for the first time. I have to admit, I have not played Legend of Dragoon. Well, okay, maybe I did. I played a demo of it. It was on a demo disc a really long time ago, but yeah. I did play that demo a few times and being interested by it, but never picked up the full game for one reason or another. But, yeah, I suppose I can visit that maybe someday. Yeah, good to hear you had a good stream, Azure Guardian, and if you need to do a little stream aftercare, get some rest and refreshment, please feel free to do so, but maybe stick around and chat for a little bit. I can pull up a chair. All right, we'll chat for a little bit more, and then I'll probably hop over and start up. What's Horizon 4 here? Ball behind me reminds me of Simon Says. You know what? You're right. Right? Now you mention it, I see it too. Oh man, Simon Says. I remember the Electronic Simon games, right? That's the yeah. We had one back in the day, actually. It was like R2D2 themed, right? Same idea, but you know, it was kind of designed to evoke like the appearance of R2D2. Yeah, and it'll play like various sounds by it too. And I remember like the little instruction manual that came with it was like, hey, if you manage to get to a high enough sequence, you'll get to hear a special sound effect. And so like my siblings and I kind of plotted to get through the entire thing, right? And you know, we certainly hedged our bets. We wrote down the sequence on a piece of paper and everything, right? And we finally managed to make it to like the final sequence and put it in. and the sound effect that played was like the little scream R2D2 makes, and we were like just kind of staring at it afterwards and thinking, wow, that's it, huh? We went through a whole, like, I think it was like 50-ish sequences of repeating colors for a little R2D2 scream. It's funny to think about, right? If you want to hear an R2D2 scream now, you could probably just like go to YouTube or something. That'll be like right there. Not as annoying on a car drive than the Bop It game. Can't imagine trying to handle a Bop It game in a car, in a body in motion. Especially since that's all about like the physical challenges and everything. It gets even better when you get like one of the higher end Bop Its to have like multiple actions on it, right? As in just 3. On that note, did you know that there's a Bop It video game? Yeah, there's a Bop It video game on Steam. I saw it, and it seems like people think it's alright. I was kind of tempted to like go pick it up just to for nostalgia's sake, but yeah. They'll make games out of a lot of things, huh? 4 hours later, you're like, oh, yeah. Especially since, you know, you have to do like a variety of actions, right? Isn't it just like press a button? You have to press a button or like pull a handle or turn a dial or other things. I wonder if that's like one of those things you could pull out at a beach party, right? Everyone's just like, you know, halfway sloshed, and you just pull this out and go, yeah, remember this from our school days? And you just like, everyone just goes and has a good giggle over it as it gets filled up with sand or something. I had to skip it. Oh man, that's the thing. That's like you put it on your ankle, right, and you have to swing it around and then lift your foot over it. Boy, that's a footwork challenge right there. There's probably a rhythm you should get into to keep it going. Man, I would trip myself up so many times, I tell you. New outfit. Yes, it is a new outfit. XI2J. Hello. Hello there. And those things that were a ball that looked like Saturn with a plastic ring around. Oh my goodness. Oh man, you are really bringing back some memories there. Holy moly. Yeah, those were certainly there in our school gym classes, right? Yeah, you put your feet on there and you try to bounce on them and see how long you could stay on it. Fortunately for someone like me who has 2 left feet, I couldn't quite jump too well with it, right? I could maybe do like a tiny hop, and only for like a short amount of time, right? After a bit, I would kind of just like hop right off, right before I fell or something like that, you know? We had those in like the jump ropes too. Then again, jump ropes are like pretty standard, right? You know, they're a classic. I could only do a single jump rope, but I've certainly seen some kids do like the 2 jump ropes, or you know, they'll have like 2 people on the ends, really long jump rope. Everyone gets in a line and they all jump together. And then people doing some fancy tricks too, right? They'll be swapping handles and doing flips and turns and everything too. I'm just like, man, I already have enough trouble, you know, doing the regular jump. There are these more dexterous, more agile people. I was useless with a skipping rope. Double ropes, forget it. Yeah, I was kind of at that line too. Yeah, that reminds me of was it the one mini game from Mario Party, right? That was just like was it hot skip rope, I think, where you had to jump over a jump rope made of the little flame fellas, right? The Bootaboos, I think they were called. Yeah, they brought that mini game back for some future games. Can't even do a hula hoop. I could probably sustain a hula hoop for like maybe a few seconds, but yeah, I don't think I could do that for a while. Although that's like the whole point, you know. It's supposed to work certain parts of your body that you might not get some workouts otherwise. Maybe I'll just like make do with weights, right? Give me some weights, and I'll probably be fine there. Give me a space hopper. Space hopper. Let's see what this is. Oh, I see. Okay. Not sure what that is. Think of it like a giant bouncy ball, but it has like a handle on it. Right? That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I could see those too, right? Certainly probably be a lot easier to use, even though I'd end up just like falling flat on my back maybe a few times here or there as I inevitably land the wrong way and just have it roll backwards. But then again, I guess it's like riding a bike, huh? You do it a few times, eventually you figure out kind of like your way to stay on top of things, you know? You figure out how to keep your balance and keep on it for a while. Hopefully, eventually it'll become second nature. A party game staple. Do people do like bumper ball battles or something with it? Just like go bounce into each other and then bounce off, or something like that. Or maybe you have like little races, right? Like how some people might do like a potato sack hopping. Other people might bounce on space hoppers. I'd admit that would probably be a more fun way of doing things. But I know potato sack races were only a thing because, you know, there were like potato sacks, and people wanted to do some recreation with them. And well, when you're out in the rural area, you make do with what you got, you know? You find your own fun. Like a relay race. As in, you like pass the ball, right? Someone hops off the space hopper, and then the other person hops on as quick as they can, and then continue down the track that way. Interesting way to do a relay race. That would certainly be pretty conductive for a party, I would think. Still have the OG Roboraptor. This it's a Roboraptor toy. Oh. It's exactly what I thought it was. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why I thought otherwise. Yes, it's a robotic raptor. Got like a remote control and everything. So it's like an RC car, but it's a robotic raptor instead. That's actually pretty rad. I don't know. If I were like kid me, I open up my present and I saw like a Roboraptor, I'd be like, oh my goodness, this is the greatest present ever. This is the best day ever. Yay! Certainly had it run with dinosaurs back in the day. I was fascinated by them. I was also fascinated by planes. I guess I still am in a way, but not like absolutely nuts over them now. Drinks batteries, I imagine it does. the amount of articulation, and voters probably has to go into making sure it moves. Probably goes through batteries like water, right? That reminds me, I was seeing like an article that someone created like some kind of centaur robot that's meant to be like a rescue device, right? Like very much like a large size, horse-sized robot, and I don't know why, but like the design of it certainly doesn't evoke comfort in people. Some people I saw on Twitter were like remarking on it, going, "Oh man, would you rather be saved by, right, like a rescue hound, or like the robotic representation of Satan, or something like that, right?" There had to be like a practical application for those horns or something like that, right? Let's see how I can put this up. I'd love it if they made life-size FNAF animatronics. Oh, you know, that reminds me. I did see another article. I think it was Spirit Halloween. Had something like that. They're going to have something like that. Let's see if I can find the article. Yeah, it's supposed to stand 6.5 feet, right? And you know, it's got like lots of points of articulation, and it's motorized, and you know, probably have a lot of settings. I imagine it's probably also not going to be cheap. Something tells me it's probably gonna cost you a pretty penny. You saw that on your timeline? Yeah, I saw it on my timeline too. Crazy to think about, right? guess people who want a real-life Freddy Fazbear will soon be able to get one. I'm looking at the Spirit Halloween page, and they have some useful info on it too. They're like telling you how large the package is going to be and how heavy it's going to weigh, and some advice for picking it up too. And confirm your vehicle has adequate space to accommodate the box. Measure your vehicle's door trunk opening to confirm the box can fit through. Suggested vehicle types include SUV, minivan, pickup truck, large crossover, or station wagon with full flat seats. And bring a second person to help with lifting, carrying, loading, and unloading. Yeah, I feel like with a package of that size and that weight, I definitely want someone to help me too. That U-Haul truck. Just imagine someone pulling up with that and just grabbing all the Freddy Fazbear animatronics. We have a comparison image here too. And for some reason, the person they have a height of 6 feet. Man, 6 feet. It would be nice to be that tall. No, actually, no. I'm fine with not being 6 feet. I'm fine with being 5'5". That's a good size for me. That's a good height for me. Oh, I know some folks who are about that tall, right? I know some folks are around 6 feet tall. Taller than me. Ah, 5'10". Okay. Like slightly taller than than the average American man. I think average height for a guy in the U.S. is like 5'7". And for U.S. women, it's 5'5". Beyonce is 6'6". Oh wow, that's pretty tall, man. It's always an interesting when you see couples that have like the significant height difference. You know, when you're like next to each other and you see they're very much different heights. But hey, it's pretty nice too, right? Just lets you know that folks of all sorts can get together. You know. Doesn't matter your size or your gender or your beliefs or your sexuality, anything like that, right? All you need to do is just find something that clicks, right? It's that thing, that feeling that you know, right? Need a milk crate to stand on. That's always fun when you see that. I think that was like a bit in one of the chapters of Monthly Girls Nazuki-kun, right? Because that's a series where there's one that features a lot of manga artists, and one of them was just like remarking on, okay, so we got like a bunch of height discrepancies in these various panels. What's going on here? And so the mangaka was saying, oh, they're standing on crates, right? They're just randomly standing on crates in different arrangements. And then the editor was going, yeah, so, like, why? Is there any reason for that? And so the mangaka then just, like, drew a quick panel. It was like, recently, boxes have become very popular around our area lately. And the editor was just like, no, come on, that's like, way too obvious, way too contrived. Yeah. All right. Hour here has been a great time, great chat, nice outfit review. I hope y'all enjoyed that, but I think I'm gonna go set up for my game now, so I'll go take a quick break, try to be about 10 to 15 minutes, go stretch, get some refreshments, do whatever else you need to do, head over to BRB,